Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kristin and I love to craft. Today we have a very exciting video. I received my Concord 9th order. This was from their warehouse sale and today we will be unboxing it. For this haul, I ordered a lot of stamps and sentiments, so let's go ahead and take a few out. I think that my total ended up being about $50 or $60, somewhere around in there. I got 2 of their ink cubes. I got the shade Ballet Slipper. I also got the shade Honeysuckle to add to my collection. I don't have any of their stencils in my collection yet, but I ordered this one. And this one is the So Kind stencil pack. And this is what it looks like. I ordered a lot of sentiments because that is what I needed most. And here's a close-up of this one. It says good vibes. Your future's so bright, you gotta wear shades. And that sentiment is going to pair perfectly with our next die set, which is this one here. It's a pair of shades and I thought that it would be so cute to pair it with that sentiment. Next up, I chose the pickleball dies. I have never played pickleball a day in my life. However, it looks like a cool sport, so I got that one. Here are the dies and it says good luck, best friends, and it has a few other parts here. And there's just a little bit of inspiration on the back. I got 4 more packs of sentiments. Let's take a look at these. Here's a close-up. It says brighter days ahead. You got this. Just because. Hang in there. Love you lots. Sending hugs. Next up it says you're okay. Rough day. Just wanted to say you're my fave. Have a nice day. And then we have a lot more here. This one says oh happy day. Thank you. Go crazy. Let's celebrate. So kind of you. And then a few more. Then we have this one. I love this font right here. It says all the feels, miss your face, happy everything. This is going to be so neat to stamp out. Next up, we got the banner builder. And this is what it looks like up close. It has the banners and it comes with all of these sentiments here. Next up, I got a stamp and a die set, and this one was super major clearance. So we have this Christmas ball, and then we have some sentiments to go along with it. May all your Christmases be bright, peace on earth, believe, so it has some sentiments to go with it. All right, and then next up, we have some dies here, and let's take a closer look. Here's the dies. On the back side, it has what all they say. So it says mom, wife, teacher, husband, son, daughter, neighbor, coach, neighbor, grandson, and granddaughter. Okay, so we're at the craft table, and before we start on our card, I wanted to show you guys my new Olive and June order that just arrived in the mail. Olive and June is a nail polish company, and they specialize in their gel polishes, in which I absolutely love. I actually tore off the shipping label, that way that my address is not shown. But let's go ahead and unbox it. So here is the top of the box, and it says welcome to your best nail life. And everything is packaged up really nicely. So we have some butcher paper here. It looks like we actually got a freebie in our box, and this is by the brand Bubble, and this is a tinted sunscreen, so this will be nice to try out. Olive and June does include this with every order, and it does have instructions on how to use their gel polishes. I did order 8 polishes. I will have them linked down in the description box below just in case you want to check them out. I love the way that my nails came out. I'm so excited to see if they actually do last 21 days. I do like to change out my nail polish a lot, and so I'm really going to try this time to not take my polish off, but let's go ahead and unbox these and see what colors that I got. They are all bubble wrapped very nicely. Okay, so here is all of the colors that I got. This is the shade that I have on now, and the shade is called Wild Orchid, and it is such a pretty color. Next up, we have the shade called Saltwater Taffy. This one is called Bold and Unshaken. One is called Field Day, and this one is the shade Aced It. And the last shade that I added to my order is called Pink Goldfish. I also did pick up their base coat and their top coat. Again, if you would like any of these shades, they will be linked down in the description box as well. So go ahead and check those out. Let's go ahead and get started on our card. I went through all of the stamps and dies that we received, and this is the one that I chose. So we are going to do some sunglasses, and we are going to choose a sentiment. So let me go ahead and pick out some cardstock, and I will be right back. Okay, I have my stamp and die set here. I also have my Misty, which is my stamping folder. I I have some Concord and 9th cardstock, and I also have some ink cubes here that I picked out. I'm not sure if we will be doing any ink blending yet, but we will definitely implement them in future cards if we're not going to end up doing that today. And out of this pack of cardstock, I want to use Creamsicle, and I also want to use the shade Watermelon. Okay, my boys came in here to show me their little video game that they're playing. So I'm not exactly sure where I left off, but we are going to be doing the shades Creamsicle and Watermelon. And then we have our die set here. Let's go ahead and open this up. I really love how these dies already come separated and you don't have to like bend them or cut them with some wire cutters. So that is really, really nice. Let's go ahead and take all these pieces off. And we can set this packaging to the side. Okay, so now I want to trim down my paper. And I'm going to just cut a little rectangle. All right, that piece will be for that one. And then I want to do Creamsicle in the rest of the pieces. So we will put it something like this. And we will cut that little area here. Now I'm going to take some washi tape and we are going to tape the dies down just to secure them so that they do not move around whenever we are rolling it through our die cutting machine. So we'll put that one there. And we will put these pieces here. We can tape those two down. And then let's take, I guess, one more piece. And we will tape the glasses down. I'm not going to pull out my Sizzix Big Shot this time because my friend actually sent this over to me. And I am going to just use this one from now on because it's a lot smaller and you guys can see what I'm doing. So we are going to take the bottom plate, stack another plate on top, and then we are going to roll it through. All right, let's take that top plate off and let's take a look and see how our glasses did. Oh goodness, that is so cute. Okay, let's go ahead and do the other pieces. It looks like we actually cut that just perfect. If it was any bigger, it definitely would not have fit. But let's go ahead and roll this one through as well. Set that to the side. And I love this one because it suction cups down to the table. And I have my little glass mat here, so that works out perfectly. All right, and then we have the inside of those shades. And we can take our pokey tool. There are tiny little holes in here, so we're just going to take that pokey tool and just poke right through it, and it makes it easier for the glasses to pop out. All right, so now we are going to take our pieces here. These are the rest of the glasses pieces, and we can set these to the side. It is going to be so stinking cute because we're going to layer it and then these pieces will go behind it. So let's set these to the side. I have my card panel here and we have our score tool here as well. We are going to be scoring the card at the 4-inch mark because this is going to be another mini card. So there's the 4-inch mark, and that score tool makes it easier to fold the card and it gives it that precise fold. So we'll fold it over just like that. Our handy tip is to take the edge and go over the crease because as you can tell, it just kind of stays open. So if you go over it, it helps the card to stay shut instead of opening. So let's go ahead and set this to the side. I'm now going to take my Misty and we are going to pick out a sentiment. I'm going to take a blank piece of cardstock and just place it down here in the corner and take that magnet tool just to hold it in place. Here are all of the sentiments, and the one that I want to use today is "Your future's so bright, you gotta wear shades." I thought that that was just so stinking cute. Okay, so now what we are going to do is just kind of center it down here in this corner. That way that the only two sides that we will really have to trim is the top and then the side. So we will go ahead and close up our folder. And now our stamp is on this side right here. I take my fingers and go over the top just to kind of get the oils off that may have been from the factory or anything like that. Go ahead and get it primed and ready. And then I'm going to go in with our Memento in the shade Tuxedo Black. And we are just going to go over the top of the stamp. We might have to do this a few times since it is a brand new stamp. Let's go ahead and close up the folder. And then I have this tool right here. It just applies even pressure. These supplies that we are using today will be linked down in the description box below, so don't forget to check it out. Alright, so it looks like we might need to do just one more coat over the stamp. And then we are just going to press down a few times. Make sure that it's good and coated. Close that folder up again. And then we're going to use this to apply that even pressure. Alright, that looks great. So now let's go ahead and take it out. Return that back to where it goes. I'm going to go ahead and clean up this mess and I will be right back. Alright, and here's our sentiment here. Top panel here, and we need to cut it down to where it's a little bit shorter than the base of our card. So let's do it a little bit shorter than 4 inches. Let's see if that looks okay. And it does, so you can tell where it's a little bit shorter on all of the edges. And I think that we do actually want to do some ink blending today. So I'm going to take some washi tape and I'm just going to tape off a little bit on each side. Okay, so now that it is taped on there, I want to pick out a shade, and I think that we should go in with our new one, which is the shade Ballet Slipper. Here it is up close. Brush here, it's clean, it's just very stained, of course. The first thing I want to do is just tap on here, tap off on our glass mat, and then we want to bring it in. So we're going to start off on the side of the washi tape and just bring it down a little bit. And I know that Ballet Slipper is a very light shade of pink, so we might have to go in maybe a little bit heavy-handed. Again, we're going to dab off and just bring it in. Done with our ink blending. Am I good at ink blending? Absolutely not. Do I like the way that it looks whenever it's done? Absolutely. So ink blending is definitely a trust the process kind of thing, and it took me a while just to kind of understand that. I'm not a professional, nor do I claim to be, but I like the way that it looks whenever you tape off the edges and then you peel up the washi tape, because it just looks like it just looks very clean, and I like the clean, light, and airy look to all of my cards. So this is what it looks like close up, and I really like the way that it turned out. What to do is start building up our card, and I'm going to take the sunglasses and our sentiment and start assembling. I have some reverse tweezers here, and all that you do is squeeze them and put whatever you are working on in there, and then you don't have to hold them close the whole entire time. So if you're looking for this nifty little tool, it'll be linked down in the description box below, of course. But I'm going to take my precision tip glue bottle and I'm going to go around the frame of the glasses. And you don't want to add too much, otherwise the glue on here is going to make this really soggy and it's not going to turn out the way that you want it to. Trust me, I used to be really heavy-handed with glue, and I just had to, again, trust the process and go really light-handed with it because it will stick. You just have to give it a little bit of time. So I'm going to lay this across here. Let's line it up a little bit better. All right, and then while this is drying, I'm just going to put my little ink pad on top. That way it's just a little bit of weight to hold it down. Okay, the more that I look at it, I don't think I'm going to use these two pieces here, so I'm going to slide that to the side. And let's go ahead and put on our glasses right here. And then we have our sentiment here, and I'm definitely going to have to trim this down a little bit more. And this is going to be so stinking cute. So we are going to set it up like that, or should we put our sentiment at the top and the glasses down there? I definitely like the sentiment at the bottom and then the glasses on the top. Foam dots to secure this down. Do pretty much every card that I make. So let's go ahead and position this one on here really good. That way we don't have to peel it back up. All right, that looks great. And then for our sentiment, we are going to take some double-sided foam tape, just a little strip. We're going to cut it off and stick it down on here. And we're going to peel off that backing. All right, and then let's position this one on here. Just like that. Okay, now I'm going to flip it over and we are going to add on a few strips of the double-sided foam tape. So we'll put one straight down the middle, and then we're going to do two on each end. So we'll put one right there, and then let's cut off another one to put about right there. Then we're going to take off these backings. Card base here, it is a top fold card, 4 inches by 4 inches, and we are going to center this on top. Gems, dewdrops of course, and let's pick out a few. So I'm going to take this wax tool here. This is the other side of the pokey tool, and it just helps you pick up any sort of gems or maybe even glitter that you're picking up. And I do like to go with the smaller ones just because they look better on these smaller cards. So like this one right here looks really, really big. But we are just going to pick out a couple. Okay, so I'm really liking this placement. Let's take our precision tip glue bottle and we are going to put just a few dots of glue, really small dots. You don't want too much. All of these supplies that we used today will be linked down in the description box below, so don't forget to check it out. Thank you all so much for tuning into today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it just as much as I did, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!